Now there are also several different fonts built into the machine, and you can do some really fun things by creating a sequence of lettering. Once again, we need to clear out the screen because we are in sequencing mode. And now we're going to go into our alphabets. Now you can refer to your quick reference card. It will tell you how many times to touch that alphabet selector to get into each of the fonts that's built into the machine. And then you need to know the numerical code of each of the letters that you would like to type. So I'm going to start with the word joy. The capital J is stitch number 10. And that puts my first letter in. And then we're going to do O, which is 15. So now you can see that I have my O, and now the Y is 25. There we have our sequence, and it automatically puts it into that single stitch mode again. We can tell by the heart here. And one of the things that you can do if you've typed a very long sequence, you can go into your settings page and you have this spell check right here. You can actually arrow through each of the characters, and that would give you the opportunity to make sure that whatever combination you've come up with or whatever words are spelled correctly. And now we can stitch out our word. And because we're in single pattern mode, I don't have to tell the machine to only stitch it once. It's going to automatically do that for me. Okay, so we'll cut our thread. And there is our word. Now, anytime that you're creating lettering on the machine, you are going to have little jump threads in between each of those letters. You can come in with a real fine pair of snips and trim those away. Another option for editing your built-in lettering is the spacing. So if we arrow through our settings pages once again, and we find character spacing, we're going to move down to character spacing, you can adjust the distance between the letters in your word. So I've just moved it out to number 4, and let's see how that looks compared to the standard setting. Here we go. So here we have our second word, joy, and you can see that our letters are a little bit further apart. I've still got those jump stitches to cut out of the way, but I've got a little bit more spacing between the letters. This is nice for certain fonts that look a little bit more dense, and especially if you're working with thicker threads. Now, just like when we created a sequence of decorative stitches, you can very easily save sequences of letters just by adding them to the memory of the machine. So I'll touch the pocket, and I'll say OK. And it automatically saves my word into the memory of the machine. And once again, you can access it by going into the pocket, and we could arrow down to joy and say OK, and there it is.